Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We shall try to be very fast. So if you don't mind, the chair will exercise its try to get good judgment to try and shorten the proceedings as much as possible so we can get the substance of the matter right away. We will finish with SPO3 Arthur Las Cañas, after which we will then divert a little bit to certain witnesses that will require no extended interpellation, and then we shall proceed. You are still under oath, SPO3 Las Cañas. Senator Villanueva is going to ask you a few questions. Go ahead, please.
Pwede sa NBI din, tsaka... Okay. Yeah, I will ask some questions to you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for not calling me another name again, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Williams. Thank you.
This is to remind the chair that this is the 6th time that you missed my name, Mr. Chairman. Alam nyo, uso ngayon pag inconsistent ka, nawawala yung credibility. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, let me proceed. Kanina po ako nakikinig sa ating pagdinig, and I've been getting a lot of comments and suggestions from the public, at bilang isang hindi abogado, gaya ng marami sa mga kasamahan natin dito, siguro tanungin ko lang po, unahin ko yung NBI. And I'll be very short, Mr. Chairman. Let's talk about the process, no? Yung process of filing charges. Yung layman sa question lagi is, ano ba talaga yung proseso in filing charges? Ano ba yung pagdetermina po ninyo doon sa tinatawag na probable cause? What are the proof that you can actually rely on to say that the evidence is sufficient? Just for the record, Mr. Chair.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Sir, good afternoon. Yung word na probable cause kasi, sir, ano yan, it's loaded with legal term. Pag sinabi niyong probable cause, there were a lot of cases decided by the courts, and eventually decided with the Supreme Court that dealt on probable cause. Pag sinabi mong probable cause, it is an antecedent fact. It is a fact, no? That it is a fact that engenders a well-founded belief that a crime was committed, and the person probably may be guilty of the crime.
May be guilty of the crime. Mr. Chairman, distinguished gentleman from NBI, depends po ito doon sa crime. Tama po ba ako? Kanina nabanggit nyo ho, if I'm not mistaken, if it's kanina binanggit nyo arbitrary detention, hindi na kailangan yung medical certificate. And kanina binabanggit din ho yung witnesses. Kaya ako lang po itinatanong ito, Mr. Chairman, dahil importante po na may pakita ng committee na ito at sa publiko na hindi po ito nandoon sa parte na kung saan subjective. Subjective yung pagdetermina ng probable cause. Importante na maipakita natin, and if there are laws that you want us to pass, you want us na makatulong, na mabilis, madidetermine natin. Ito, yan, may probable cause. Ito, hindi. And that's why I wanted to ask our friends from NBI kung meron ho kayong mga ganitong suggestion na kung saan pwede nating tignan. Ito naman ho talaga yung dahilan kung bakit meron tayong pagdinig. Tatandaan ko po, yung unang pagdinig pa lamang natin, nabalitaan natin na yung training na dati nasa PNP na wala, ngayon binabalik na po natin at nagsimula na pong umandar itong hearing po dyan. Nagsimula na ho kami, PNP Chief, no? Isa po ako sa co-author kasama si Senator Trillanes. Ito lang po yung gusto nating malaman at gusto rin natin malaman yung parallel process sa PNP tungkol po dito. So again, Mr. Chairman, sa ating mga taga-NBI, meron ho ba tayong magagawa sa tingin ninyo na may pupwedeng magawa ang Senado sa pamamagitan ng pagbalangkas ng mga batas na kung saan masisiguro natin na hindi magiging subjective yung decision on whether or not ito ay may probable cause o wala, o ito ay may sufficient evidence o wala?
Your Honor, yung sinasabi mo na, excuse me, subjective determination, it is always preceded by a fact.
Yes.
And this fact must be relevant. So, for us, for police investigation, I would say, even the NBI, parang police din kami, walang pinag-iba sa police. So, may complaint, it's always yung patayan lang. May
Yes, sir.
complaint po,
Apo.
and then may testigo, and then ang testigo ay yung testimony niya ay kapapaniwala naman, at saka pag mas maganda, pag a testimony must be bolstered or must be supported by tinatawag na object evidence para makapaniwala.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At naniniwala po ako dun sa inyong sinabi. And I just want to make sure na sa parallel process ng PNP, ganito rin ho ba, PNP Chief, yung ating patakaran sa PNP?
Yes, Your Honor. We follow the same rules, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, kanina ho, I was listening attentively to the questions propounded by our dear colleague, Senator Tito Soto, with regard to pool of lawyers ng PNP, no? May tanong ko lang, PNP Chief, ilan ho ba ang lawyers natin? At muli, tanungin ko rin po, sapat po ba ito? Kasi kaya ko nais itanong ito dahil, again, I sound like a broken record already. I've been throwing my support to the PNP and this administration and its crusade against the evils of illegal drugs. And uulitin ko po, bagamat fully supporting ako doon sa inyong krusada para labanan ng illegal na droga, yung babanggitin ko ulit, at lagi ko rin ho itong binabanggit, dapat kapantay din o yung magnitude ng krusada natin against illegal drugs, ganun din doon sa tinatawag na vigilante killings. So balikan ko ho yung tanong ko, ilan po ba ang lawyers natin sa PNP?
Your Honor, can I ask my Director for Legal Service to answer?
Thank you. Please, Your Honor.
Chief Superintendent Rocky.
Please stand up and state your name.
Rocky, Your Honor.
Please stand up, kindly stand up, please. Raise your right hand and repeat after the COMSEC.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth of this inquiry?
Please state your true name.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I am Police Chief Superintendent Edwin Kahumban Roque, the current Director of the PNP Legal Service.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, to repeat my question, sir, ilan hong lawyer meron tayo sa kapulisan natin, sapagkat kanina nga binabanggit po natin, no, kayo yung kapulisan natin nandun ng nasa in the line of fire, kumbaga, dahil dito sa programa na ipinapatupad natin para labanan itong illegal drugs. Napakahirap po na maging pananaw ng ating mga kapulisan na ginagawa namin yung tungkulin namin, pero pag may nangyari, wala naman po pwedeng magtanggol sa amin. So gusto ko hong malaman, ilan po bang lawyers meron tayo? Just in case may mangyari, at least yung mga karapatan din ng ating kapulisan, napoprotektahan natin.
Your Honor, kasalukuyan po, meron ang legal service na 95 lawyers.
95 lawyers,
Opo.
Mr. Chairman. How many policemen do we have?
Nasa around 170,000 uniformed police, Mr.
95 lawyers representing 170,000. Sa tingin niyo ho, sapat po ba yon yung 95 lawyers?
Kulang na kulang po. Nangangailangan pa po kami ng mga additional na lawyers sa PNP.
Hindi lang po kulang, Mr. Chairman. Kulang na kulang. May I know how much budget are you asking for the next year para ho dito sa mga lawyers natin? Madadagdagan po ba next year?
Doon po sa aming request from the PNP Legal Service, immediately nag-request po kami ng additional na 100 lawyers.
Additional 100. So that would mean kung maaprubahan yung budget, there will be 195 lawyers by next year.
Yes, sir.
So halos doble, more than double, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Yung pong, kung if you have 195 lawyers servicing, siyempre tataas din po itong denominator natin, itong 170,000. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So again, would that be enough para sa ating mga kapulisan?
That would be a remedial measure, sir. But in the whole picture, ang amin pong request ay madagdagan po yung mga lawyers natin hanggang 300. Pero ito po ay magiging staggered na po over the years.
You're saying, sir, that if we reach 300 lawyers, that would probably be enough.
Yes, sir.
If we have 300 lawyers, ano yung ratio nito dito sa 100? Kung ilan man yung magiging denominator natin by next year, because you're saying at this time it's about 170,000.
So that would be 300 lawyers for the 170,000 PNP personnel.
So yung ratio natin, hindi natin na-compute. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, kaya ko lang po binring up yun, considering budget season ngayon, I would like to put on record that this representation would like to pursue that request of PNP at siguro dun din sa NBI kung kulang din po yung ating mga tauhan doon para mag-imbestiga. Hindi ko po alam, may request po ba tayo for this year's budget, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, another thing na gusto ko pong tanong, I'm not sure if it's already submitted. Yung pong data po ba doon sa mga torture cases, meron na pong submit or tinanong or hiningi na po na masubmit. Kaya ako po itinanong ito, Mr. Chairman, at gusto ko rin pong i-raise sa ating committee sapagkat gusto natin ipakita dito na ang ating PNP, wala rin tayong sinasanto kahit kabaro natin pag mali ang ginagawa. We are not tolerating yung mga tiwaling pulis, yung mga trigger-happy na pulis, hindi rin natin pinapalampas itong mga ito. So kung wala po, Mr. Chairman, I would move that we can, if we can ask for the data nitong mga torture cases, perhaps malaman din natin sa ang region prevalent, and siguro yung huling itatanong ko, Mr. Chairman, sa ating PNP, meron po bang mga cases ng natungkol dito sa killings na pinag-uusapan po? Have there been cases of convicted policemen?
Your Honor, in our war on drugs, cases like that, Your Honor, are still ongoing. Wala
But in the past, meron na po.
Meron na,
Sure,
Your Honor.
meron po.
Meron na, Your Honor.
So again, gusto ko lang pong i-raise sa itong concern na ito dito sa ating committee na pag may kinasuhan din at merong ebidensya, hindi lang may probable cause, sufficient yung ebidensya, nako-convict din po,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair. Thank you.